Hey Aquarius, welcome to the Forgiving Tarot. This is your January 2026 reading for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus signs. Check out your placements to get a message that most resonates with you. I'm not telling you what to do. The Oracle's not telling you what to do. Ultimately, you have free will. Therefore, you make the best decision for you and those involved. If you're cross-watching or you yourself, Aquarius, feel that the roles are in the reverse, please reverse them, take what applies, and leave what doesn't. It's a general reading, not a private reading, so it may resonate, may not resonate. Please be aware of that. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating. It is greatly appreciated. Okay, Aquarius. Let's check it out. Starting off with the Knight of Wands. That's your overall energy. Fire sign, Aries, Sag, Leo. Could happen in your chart. Dealing with one. This is an energy of like taking impulsive action. For some, it's just like being passionate about something, coming towards someone, something. We'll see. You have the Nine of Wands, some more fire energy in the current energy. So this could be a lot of exertion, right? Feeling tired, feeling exhausted. It can also be putting up a wall, but we'll see when we clarify. Four of Cups is your challenge. Why is the challenge the Four of Cups? There's something here that you're either dissatisfied with or you feel like you're losing or have lost. Could be the other way around. We'll see. Ten of Cups could be a relationship or some sort of, I don't know, harmony between or connection. For some of you, it's like, oh, things used to be good, or like feeling like what it was in the past, it's not the same. Somebody's feeling that way. Let's keep going. In the past, there's the fire. Aries, Sag, Leo, King of Wands. On your mind, the Two of Cups. Ace of Wands is the outcome. I don't know if this is you towards someone. It is your reading, but or someone towards you. What's interesting to me is all I see is either Wands or Cups. Let's see what's going on here. Why is this King of Wands here in the past for Aquarius? Why is that there? For some of you, you've been dealing with someone who maybe didn't take things seriously. Empress, Knight of Swords, Ace of Cups, Two of Wands. What is this Ace of Cups? Hermit, the Devil. Interesting. Virgo, Capricorn energy just showed up. Eight of Swords, the Sun. Leo. You know what I feel like? I feel like there is a situation. Here's what happened in the past. And this can resonate whether it's you, Aquarius, whether you're a cross-watcher. This is the storyline that I feel like I'm getting. There was this energy of wanting growth, of wanting things to happen quickly, of wanting to get into something, right? Love related, Ace of Cups, but I feel like it didn't turn out the way that it should have, because I don't know if both or one person came into this and deep down what it was for was to kill loneliness. Somebody has a fear of being alone. Oh, okay. This is what I feel like I'm getting. You let me know. It feels like somebody has or had a fear of being alone, and the other person didn't have a fear of being alone. Like, they wanted to be alone. So there was a clash here. Although this was a relationship or is or whatever. I'm going to say was. And I'm going to say relationship because you have 2 of Cups, 10 of Cups here, Empress, Ace of Cups. Something could have flourished here. Something could have grown. If both of these individuals toned it down a little bit and understood. There was one person who didn't want to commit. This is the person who's okay with being alone, even though really they're not. But for the dynamic. And then the other person not okay with being alone, maybe has this attachment style, right? Anxious attachment and avoidant attachment is what it seems like. That's what the relationship was. And coming together, the avoidant could have toned it down a little bit and been present for the anxious, right? And the anxious could have toned it down and given some space. But because it requires both people to do the same thing at the same time, because ultimately these attachment styles is lack of trust, and then there's lack of trust, so there's fear, basically. Why is the ace, not the ace, the 9 of Wands here? Why is the 9 of Wands here? I also get the sense of somebody, yeah, maybe non-committal or doesn't take things seriously. Maybe they were more of a good time. Three of Cups, not even, like I do feel there are emotions there. It's not that it was just completely like that. 3 of Cups, 8 of Cups, the Magician, Page of Cups. There could have been third party energy involved. That doesn't have to be that it was just a person or was a person. Could be like other things interfered. I don't know. Maybe this person's lifestyle, their friends, maybe they just had toxic way of being. Maybe they, I don't know, the third party could have been their addictions. I don't know. But I feel like this on guard 9 of Wands energy is, it's almost like this emotional detachment to create something else. Because from the 3 of Cups, having a good time, a celebration, a reunion, blah, 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 then the 8 of Cups, a detachment of walking away, figuring, I need to make a choice and I really need to walk towards something that makes me feel more fulfilled or aligned, right? Magician, creating that. But there's a bit of a hesitation and a bit of a wall still. Why is the 10 of Cups here? Hanged Man, Strength, 7 of Cups, Page of Cups again. I feel like with this Page of Cups, right, normally it's like a sweet message, an apology, and you know what? That's probably what you got a lot. Probably a lot of sweet messages. But the Page is also younger. You could be dealing with a younger water sign. Doesn't have to be. But, or you're the younger water, I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter. I do feel like there's a lot of staying stuck, dangling a carrot in front of your face kind of thing. Leaving you feeling confused, leaving you kind of waiting. I feel like you've dealt with a manipulative energy. If it's not you, if you are cross-watching for the Aquarius, then this is what happened. I feel like you're confused whether or not this is actually going to go somewhere. I feel like there's a lot of thinking, even though there's not really swords, there's only that Knight of Swords. But this Hangman just, to me, screams thinking. And it's a stuck energy. The Strength card is also, like, other than being courage and bravery and whatnot, it is a bit of a holding back. See how she's holding on to this fawn? She's, like, protecting it. She's holding it back. And then the Seven of Cups is also a card of, hold on, I have a lot of options. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. What should I choose? It's a bit of a pause there. Ten of Cups. I think you're tired and exhausted with dealing with the same energy back and forth all the time, constantly feeling disappointed. There might be even a sense of regret, sadness. So what's the challenge here with this Four of Cups? Lots of water energy coming out. I get also, maybe it was kind of like hot and heavy type of energy. And then somebody started to slowly but surely, their feelings started to creep in, or they were already there, but maybe they were kind of like, I don't know if the word, it's not ignored. I almost feel like the emotions were there and it could have been known, but it just wasn't really acted on. Somebody needed to grow up. The Fool, there's the Five of Cups, sadness, regret, loss, blah, blah, blah. Ace of Pentacles, there's a Queen of Cups. This is about a reconciliation. This is not something new. And it's like, do I jump into something? This is going to be a missed opportunity. Somebody doesn't want it to be a missed opportunity, but if you don't really do anything about it, it's going to happen. I mean, why is the Two of Cups here? Devil, Capricorn, Hermit. These two cards came out before. Four of Swords, Eight of Swords at the bottom. I feel like this is a cycle. This is resonating with somebody who has been in this cycle for a while with somebody or something, a situation, whatever the case is. But something here just seems to be not great. I feel like somebody lives for themselves. Devil, Hermit. Someone is also feeling completely depressed, numb with whatever connection this is. And I feel like there's what's on your mind is wanting to take a bit of a pause. There's a bit of a pause here, and it's kind of like feeling stuck. Does this come to a close or not? Ace of Wands. Why is that here? Three of Wands. Queen of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune. Somebody is waiting for this new beginning, but I don't feel like anything is really being done. What is it that's going on here? Why is the Five of Swords here? Okay. This whole, this whole I can't do it alone, or I don't want to be alone, or I don't have, something like this. This is driving someone mad. I also feel like the purpose of this relationship is to kind of get it together. Like you as an individual person. So if you're the one with the attachment, what is it? Anxious attachment style. The purpose of this relationship is how do you, not be codependent. How do you depend on yourself? How do you rely on yourself? How do you soothe yourself in a healthy way that reminds you that you have got you. You do not need to attach yourself to someone in a way that if they are not there, that you feel completely like you can't be you if you don't have someone in your life. Anxious attachment. Avoidant attachment. How do you feel good within yourself enough that you allow that to be shared with another person? I also feel like someone's silence is bothering someone. Someone is taking that as like petty energy. I'm getting like annoyed, a bit frustrated. And I know this has to do with the reading because it's such a subtle energy that I'm feeling right now. Why is the Knight of Wands here? Three of Pentacles, the World, the Knight of Cups, Three of Swords. This is like a broken record. Okay, at this point now I'm getting mad because it just seems like somebody who keeps going on the same loop. It's like if you were to try to move beyond whatever this situation is or person, whatever, it's like it keeps coming back around. It's like you telling somebody, hey, leave me alone, and they just keep coming back. What is going on? This is legit what I am feeling here and seeing with the cards. Queen of Swords, the Lovers, the Two of Swords. Listen, if Seven of Pentacles. Now you have a lot of air energy coming out. Seven of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. Lots of sevens. So there's a bit of a struggle here and a bit of an internal struggle as well. So in my mind, I was asking, well, how can we avoid this? How can, what is the advice basically to overcome this? And there has to be a sincere choice and a sincere look at something for what it is. And notice that your boundary, you're going to have to be on that. Because I think that was probably also part of the lesson. Maybe you set boundaries before and they were disrespected. And maybe you gave them the benefit of the doubt. The benefit of the doubt has been like the topic of December and January reads for me in particular. We're not the Forgiving Tarot anymore. We're the what is it? What was I saying? The Benefit of the Doubt Tarot. So, yeah, this is basically seeing what this offer is, what this type of communication is. And for some of you, this is even somebody like, oh, you know what, well, can we be friends? You're going to need to run away. There, that Eight of Swords is still coming out. And the Nine of Cups. Why is that showing up? For some of you, you might work with this person. I just saw the Eight of Pentacles. Or this might be a work situation. For some, this is about a loop of working something out or wanting to work something out. And that's why maybe you feel stuck. What time is it? Almost 11. Three of Swords. Let's take out an oracle card for advice. Aquarius, if this resonates with you, listen, I'm getting mad for you. This is just a cycle, and this is the definition of insanity. You keep going again and again with the same thing again and again, expecting that things are going to be different, and they're not. Because you're, I don't know, holding on to hope. The Star card didn't show up. And the Star card is your card. There is such a lack of stability that I feel like what do we need to learn from this is how do we create stability within ourselves. Sometimes we have to cut off certain things. Point blank period. Give me a second. I need a tissue here. Okay. We need to cut out certain things. It is what it is. It's kind of like if you're on, I don't know, you just realize that you're lactose intolerant or whatever, your stomach is sensitive to dairy. What are we going to do? We're going to cut out the dairy. Or at least, try to control it and be like, you know what? When I eat ice cream, my stomach is not okay with that. When I eat mac and cheese, my stomach is not okay with that. But if I eat some cheese in a sandwich, it seems like my stomach is okay. You get what I'm saying? Like, we're going to need to look at the obvious here. Let's take out a card for advice. Facade. Literally just jumped out. I will take it. Facade. This isn't who I am. The bronze boy Darnell was young when his father died and he became the man of the family. Out for a walk one day many years later, he was mesmerized by the sight of children playing. As a child, he never played and he hid behind a tree crying bitterly, then quickly buried his emotions. At the very end of his life, on his way to heaven, he stopped at the park and finally reclaimed the inner child he had left behind many years before. If you're unhappy in your relationships, you may be relating to others through a false sense of duty. Give up being something you're not. Bronze God is about reclaiming life. What have I done to heal my childhood pain? Personal comfort comes with this metallic energy and a deep need to discover your true self. Earthy values and the care for others are also represented. Being cut off from feelings may be a challenge. Recover who you are and rethink your journey. I don't know, Aquarius, maybe this is something, or Crosswatcher, this could be something that is repetitive and what you're needing to do right now because you're not liking this. Is literally reclaim your inner child because your inner child is asking to be saved from this, whatever this is. Imagine like this. Imagine you as a child took a situation and in your mind it was processed or digested. Maybe you have stomach issues. Maybe for some of you, you're needing to not like, oh, I'm going to get tested or whatever, like actually try to eliminate something from your diet. If it's causing you, I'm not a doctor. If it's causing you gastrointestinal issues, if I'm saying that right, or skin, or if you have like a lot of brain fog, or if you feel very, very tired after eating or in the afternoon, there's something that you can eliminate from your diet. When, let's say, oh, you know what, I want to try to eliminate, for example, like we said, dairy. Let's try to do that. You're going to actually have to follow through. To eliminate something from your body, it takes 2 weeks. So you would have to do 2 weeks, like strict, no implementing that thing into your body. Substitute it, for example, if dairy is the issue for you, I don't know, like vegan dairy or it depends. You really have to listen to your body. Because sometimes, like, if it's more of, like, an issue with certain dairy products, not all of them, like I was explaining. But we're literally in 2026 in a couple of days. There's a lot of alternatives these days. I don't know why I had to get into that. But some of you, anyway, that is linked to childhood things. And the way that it was, the events were digested, processed as a kid. And maybe you couldn't really do anything about it because you were a kid, or didn't know how to navigate it, or it was just a reoccurring thing, right? It's not like, let's say you live in a toxic family situation, you can't pack up your stuff and leave, right, as a kid. So I feel like for some of you, this is something that's in the subconscious. You're not even fully aware of it, and this is why you keep repeating the same situation, just different faces. There's something here about you are now an adult. You can now save this younger self that was needing that because you're now an adult. Others of you, I do feel a sense of it's either you or someone you're dealing with, their inner child, like they have so much like trauma issues, maybe even mental issues. And they're needing to save themselves. Unfortunately, I do feel like how I read with the card in the past, there was a very big potential for healing, kind of like healing each other. But just because the potential and the energy is there doesn't mean that people aren't going to do what they want to do. So, Aquarius, amazing read. Amazing read. Why is it amazing? I don't know, because it really seems like you're very valiant and resilient. So, and also kind of like a little on the softer side. And who knew about Aquarius being like that? Anyway, if it resonated, hey Brittany, I just realized that was there. If it resonated, let me know down in the comments down below. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.